Mark, Luke, John, their testimony is quite clear. Jesus was not in the tomb when they went to visit him, or the tomb, Sunday morning. He was not there. Now, if Jesus tells us that he will spend 3 days and 3 nights in the grave, why is there such a teaching today of Jesus' death being on Friday and his resurrection on Sunday? Where is the evidence to prove such claim? Prove all things, Paul tells us. Hold fast to that which is good. We need to prove the word of God. Jesus himself said to the disciples to search the scriptures. And that's what we're doing today. The stone was already rolled away. Jesus was resurrected and gone, based on the testimony so far. These are the testimonies that I am presenting to you, just as it was delivered to me. How about Matthew? His evidence of the time the stone rolled away, an approximate time of resurrection. What does Matthew have to say? 28 Matthew, verse 1. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, cometh Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. The end of the Sabbath. And those of you who are familiar with the Jewish Sabbath, we know it's not Sunday. We all know it's Saturday. And we know that the Sabbath begins from sundown Friday evening to sundown Saturday evening. Evening and the morning consists of a 7th day. That's how it was from the beginning, when God created all things. The dark part came first. It was not from midnight. Just as a theory of a Friday crucifixion, this change took place many years later. So in the end of the Sabbath, these sisters went to the sepulchre. Verse 2, and behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. Does that mean it was the time of Jesus' resurrection? Doesn't mean that. The fact is, that stone do not have to be rolled away for Jesus to come out of the tomb. Jesus was already gone. He was already gone. He was not there, my brethren. So they came at the end of the Sabbath. Jesus' crucifixion, or his death, was around 3 o'clock the day he was crucified. Well, to spend 3 days and 3 nights, one would assume, for to be right as the Word of God presents it, that Jesus will have to spend 72 hours in the grave. So he must have been resurrected and gone from that tomb long before Mary and the visitors went to see him. And then verse 3 described the person they saw. His countenance was like lightning and his raiment white as snow. Verse 4, and for fear of him the keepers did shake and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here. He is risen. I got great news for you. He is not here. Come, see the place where the Lord lay. Jesus was not there. He was not there, brethren. Matthew tells us that the visit to the tomb was at the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. Jesus was already gone. The resurrection had already taken place. They visited the tomb 3 days after his death. The angel said, "Didn't he say that he will rise the third day?" Here is the question. Upon what day of the week did the crucifixion and burial take place? This is not a hard math. The one I ask you to do is probably harder than this one. Because you can spend the rest of your life trying to get 3 days and 3 nights between Friday and Sunday. So how do we know which day Jesus was crucified? Well, if you can count backwards, it shouldn't be that difficult. We just need to count 3 days and 3 nights from the Sabbath when they visited the tomb. And if you do that, you will come to Wednesday, a Wednesday crucifixion. And 3 days and 3 nights from Wednesday to the time of the visits to the tomb and the end of the Sabbath, which was not Sunday night, was Monday morning. Those are the times you will arrive at if you come from Friday. So Jesus was crucified Wednesday afternoon. 3 days later, Saturday afternoon, he was resurrected. He was crucified, or he gave up the ghost 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Jesus must have been risen around that time, Saturday afternoon. The visits to the time does not depict the time of his resurrection. The rolling away of the stone from the tomb does not tell us that Christ was resurrected and came from the grave at that time. It is evident that it is to prove that Jesus was not in the tomb. He was already gone. Jesus will come again to fulfill the many promises that he left with us. Those promises we cling to today. We hold on to them dearly because we believe that Jesus will come again to receive us unto himself, as he promised, that he is preparing a place for us. Jesus did a wonderful thing for us, my brethren. Without such sacrifice, we'll have nothing to live for. But there is hope. There is great hope in Jesus.